Let me introduce myself. My name is Ram. So I am working as a middleware consultant and the freelancer for the IBM MQ and other technologies. I have almost 6+ years of experience into this middleware administration. Okay. So we are going to discuss today that IBM MQ technical overview. So this course, which is going to be cover almost MQ administration. The complete course duration is 25 hours. So it may extend even that 25 to 30 hours also, depends on the theoretical and practical sessions which we are going to discuss. Okay. So here we have the course content. So then in this part, so we are going to discuss about what is an MQ. So you know that MQ is a IBM tool, which is a messaging and queuing tool. So which is used for the store and forward the request. So usually this MQ is used to communicate one business application to the another business application by sending the messages rather than communicating each other. Usually this is an MQ which is interacting with the two different business applications. They want to communicate each other. So we are going to use a tool called MQ. So MQ is a message oriented middleware. MQ is a message oriented middleware. Okay. So here in the first session we are going to see about that what is MQ, what is the message, what is queue, what is message oriented middleware, how many types of message type, MQMD, MQI calls, and what are the latest softwares are available in market, and what are the old softwares are being used, and what are the difference between that the old software to new version to old version. This we will see into that first session. So later the second session we are going to see into that MQ installation and uninstallation. So here we are going to see that MQ installation on Linux, Solaris and Windows system. Okay. And here the installation would be that MQ server installation, MQ client installation and uninstallation of the MQ server and client. And in real time we will see into that MQ upgradation from that lower version to higher version, right? There are different methods that how you upgrade that lower version to higher version. I mean to say in place migration and side by side migration. So these are the different methods we have to upgrade from that lower version to higher version. We will see that one also, how to use that in place migration and how to use that side by side migration. And next session we are going to see that MQ objects. So here in order to communicate one business system to another business system, one application to another application, we require to create some objects. Those objects called MQ objects. The important objects I have listed here. The first one is queue manager. A queue manager is a MQ server, which is a one server. It provides queuing services to the one or more clients. Okay. So here the important object. So when you are going to communicate one system to another system, the queue manager is the one server which is the responsibility of providing queuing services to the one or more clients. Okay. Now as I said, MQ is a store and forward mechanism. So here for storing a request we need some buffer. We need some buffer. The storing buffer can be a queue. A queue is a safe place where we can store the messages. Here the next one is channels. Channels are a communication path between the one queue manager to another queue manager. So what I am telling you here two business systems, they want to communicate each other. Those two business applications can be running on the same system or a different system. If it is different systems, they want to communicate over the network, right? So over the network if you want to communicate, so here the channels are the important objects which are playing that very critical role when you are going to be communicate one system to another system. Okay. A channel is a communication link between the one queue manager to another queue manager. For example, we can say that one system to another system also. Next one is listeners. A listener is a intermediate for the queue manager, which is a one kind of service. Okay. In order to listen the outside network request, we need to be create a listener for the each queue manager. And the next one is process definition. So MQ, which is a very important facility we have, I mean important feature we have, which is called triggering. Triggering is an automated event. Whenever a specific condition satisfied in the queue level, we can start an application or we can start in a channel. This concept will be work based on the process definition. A process definition is a MQ object. It can be used into the triggering purpose. The next one is name list. So name list is which is a object of the MQ. It could be having that more than objects of the MQ. I mean, the name list is an object. It contains one or more objects information. It is called name list. A topic. Usually, this topic can be used into the publisher subscriber mechanism. Here, MQ can be used as a one-to-many broadcasting purpose also. So, in order to do this publish and subscriber mechanism, we are going to use a object called topic. A topic is a string, so which is used for the to publish the data by the publisher, to receive the data by the consumers. Okay, a topic is a one kind of string. And services. At MQ level, we can define some services. So using the service tabs, these are the important objects. So when we are going to discussing about MQ objects with a detailed manner, so I am going to show you that how many types of queues, how many types of channels, so how to define the queues, how to define the channels, and listener process definitions, how to work on the process definition. I will be explaining into the next sessions. So here we are going to see the session, how to create a queue manager, how to stop a queue manager, how to delete a queue manager, and what are the different types of attributes of the queue manager, and what are the different types of queue manager states. So that we will be seeing that while creating a queue manager. The next one is queues types. We have the different types of queues like local queue, remote queue, model queue, alias queue, and queue status and attributes of the queues, which is very important attributes. So we need to discuss a few attributes which are very important to that real time. So when you are going to be create a queue manager or queues, we should remember some attributes. Those attributes I am going to explain in the next sessions. And the types of communication. So an application, if you want to talk to the one system to another system through using MQ, there are different ways an application can able to talk. If application is locally existed, if the locally existed application want to talk to the MQ, we will use the local communication. If applications two interactions, I mean two different applications, they want to interact each other, then we are going to use the intercommunication and clustering. And the client and server communication. So if the applications are remotely existed, okay, so then we will going to use even client server communication also. So above are all one-to-one communication. The last one is pub and subscription mechanism, which is used for the broadcasting purpose. Okay. So we are all going to discuss all these types of communications in the next sessions. So in MQ, we have important feature called dead letter queue. So as per the IBM recommendation, if you follow, you should not lost even single request also. But without dead letter queue, if you are crossing a request from that one system to another system, there are chances your request may lost, or your channel will go to that blocked state. I mean, your channel will go to that stopped status. Okay, we are blocking the communication between the one system to another system without dead letter queue. Otherwise, without dead letter queue, there are chances your request may be lost. But IBM MQ is telling that your request will not be lost even any time, right? So that how we are going to recover that message, how we are going to survive that message, which is very important concept using the dead letter queue. Next concept we are going to see into that clustering. So we have that in a cluster there are some advantages: high availability, workload balancing, and reducing administration tasks. So which we are going to discuss into the when we are going to deal about the clustering concept. The security. So IBM MQ, which is providing that a very important feature which is called security. So because of this security only, MQ has become very popular tool. So when you are using an MQ interface between the one system to another system, the security is very, very important, because MQ which is communicating over the network. So over the network means the both two applications will be running on different areas or different worlds also, I mean different places also. But when you are passing a request from one system to another system, your request should not be lost, your request should not be tampered, your request should not be hampered, right? So my request should be passed over the network with a secure way. Then how do you provide that security to your object? How do you provide the security to your message? Using the security concept. IBM MQ 7.5 version onwards, there are features has been introduced in the security level to ensure, providing the security is very high level security we are providing to your request. Your request will not be hampered, your request will not be hacked anywhere. The request which is passing over the network in the secure way, that we are providing through the MQ. That's why IBM MQ is very popular tool, even that security level also. The next concept we are going to discussing about, which is queue-managed alias. In the clustering level, in intercommunication level, we are going to discuss this alias concept. And publisher subscriber mechanism, I will explain you that practically all these things. And secure socket layer, SSL, as we discussed some time back, security which is very, very important. So when you are moving from the request from one system to another system. So using that SSL concept, we are going to be implement the security between that one queue manager and the queue manager, so the request will be moved over the network even in a secure way. HACMP, so high level management process, which you are going to discuss into that OS level clustering. At the same time, even MQ level high availability. So MQ level high availability we are going to provide using the clustering. At the same time, we are going to provide using that multi-instance queue manager setup, which is very, very important. So this setup, most of the companies now they are moving to that to set up with this HACMP as a multi-instance queue manager. Instead of using the OS level clustering for MQ, they are going to use this multi-instance queue manager in MQ. Okay, it means we are providing the high availability. Even when an instance is down, also there will be a backup instance. There will be a passive mode instance. It will be up and running when that active queue manager is down. That we are going to use this concept called multi-instance queue manager. Using this multi-instance queue manager, we are going to be provide that high availability using that MQ. Next one is backup and restore of MQ. So these are the different types of methods we have to take the backup of MQ. The file system backup. So usually we have that TSM or storage softwares are available to take the backup of the file system. Okay, this is that like complete system level backup. Okay, and the next one is we have a support pack called MS03 support pack. So using this MS03 support pack, we can take the backup. Till MQ 7.0, we are using this MS03. But after MQ 7.1 version onwards, they have stopped with this MS03 support pack and they are using a command. The same as MS03, we have an inbuilt command is existed for MQ now. Using this inbuilt command, we are able to take the backup of MQ. Next one is taking the backup of methods, intervals. So yearly or monthly or weekly, how do you take the backup? So that can be depends on your business and depends on your administrator. So how you is running that backup. And do you want to restore the backup? How do you restore the backup? So that methods I am going to discuss into the backup and restore session. So which we are going to discuss few of the support packs for easy MQ administration. So IBM MQ is providing that, IBM is providing that few support packs for easy administration purpose. Okay. So I will be explaining about the few support packs which is very, very important to your day-to-day activities. So I have some support pack which is downloaded in my local system. So I will send you to those support packs to you people. You can practice those support packs in order to provide that easy administration when you are going to do that day-to-day activities. And fixed pack installation. So usually every 3 months IBM will release that fixed packs. So to make your environment MQ should be that stable, or else if you are facing any environment related issues to that MQ, So we should raise a PMR to the IBM, so that IBM also will provide a fixed packs or to provide solutions, right? So you need to install the fixed packs. Then how do you install the fixed pack for MQ level? So that we are going to show you that fixed pack installation and upgrading and migration steps of MQ, that I will be explaining during that these concepts. And you should know the few network administration also, like how to verify the channel status, how to ping the channel, how to telnet it. So there are some commands to verify that netstat-an. So to verify that how many whether the listener is running or not. So you should know the few commands about that MQ network related also. So I will be showing that those commands, what are the different types of commands we'll be using. So for the network related. And you should know a few basics Unix administration commands, like a PS command, like a grep command, like less command, more command, EVA command, some cron job, should run the cron job, how to do the cron jobs. Those few commands you should know about that Unix administration also. So I have the few commands, which is day-to-day activities what we are using. So I have listed in that one document. I will share those document. And troubleshooting, so which is very, very important. So because when we are doing the production support, usually you can struggle into the troubleshooting steps. So I will be explaining that what are the major things we need to consider when you are going to be troubleshoot that MQ related issues, like verifying that network related issues, verifying the file system related issues, verifying the channel related issues, or queue manager related issues, or queue related issues. In case of any FBC generated, how to verify the FBC files and the trace files, how to read the trace files. So that I am going to show you that when you are going to deal about the troubleshooting of MQ. So this is about the IBM MQ course content. So do you have any questions or queries? You can ask me now. So Dinesh and Raghav, is it fine? So are you looking for this kind of course?
Are we going to cover the client side, like how to write to queue from Java, something like that?
If you really looking for that that kind of Java application, how it is talking to the MQ, definitely I will show you.
Okay.
I will explain. I will show you that one core Java application. I will take that core Java application that locally, and will prepare one configuration that property file, and will prepare that. Will make an environment variable to set up the environment variable, and will communicate to the MQ. So by configuring the queue manager, by configuring the queues and all, we'll create few queues and we'll talk to that MQ also, the Java core Java application. If you are looking for the even WebSphere applications or how it is talking to the MQ, J2W application, so that can be also done. I can show you that even J2W application, how it is talking to the MQ.
Okay, because I was looking into that also, not just.
Yeah, I will be explaining even that one.
What's the max message size WebSphere MQ can handle?
Yeah, it can be handled 100 MB. So up to 100 MB we can able to handle by.
It can't be used for big data handling, right?
Yes, it can be used for big data. So we have that file transfer edition is there, MQ. So using this file transfer edition, we can able to send even that big data also.
So you mean how much of big data?
So there is no limitation for that file transfer edition. So this has been introduced in MQ 7 version onward. Advanced message file transfer. Using this advanced message file transfer, you can able to send as much as. There is no limitation.
Because I can see most of the times when large message was sent during the transmission, it takes time and channels are getting struck.
Yeah, for that actually MQ level we have a limitation 100 MB, but after MQ 7.5 version there is a one more new the concept. The new feature has been introduced. Along with that MQ, there is a advanced message file transfer. So you should install that the one more software which is called advanced message file transfer on top of this MQ. Then so that we can use the MQ queue managers, and apart from there are other objects also need to be created. So using those objects, we can able to send that without any limitation.
Mm-hmm.
That is the new different product, which is a message file transfer.
MFTs you are talking about, managed file transfer, something like that.
Yes, yes, yes. AMS, I mean advanced message file transfer, AMS.
Mhm. And you are going to teach about VCS level clustering scripts, how to prepare for MQ and do the failovers.
Yeah, yes, of course, I'm going to show you that high availability, how you make the high availability in the cluster level. Even the multi-instance mode, I'm going to explain. Even the normal MQ cluster also, I'm going to explain.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And yeah, so this training would be 24 hours, 25 hours. It may extend even sometimes, because if you go that practically, sometimes you may not understand that concept. So I will be repeating the session until you can get understood that topic. So it will be take even 25 to 30 hours. Okay. So we'll see something about what is a MQ. Okay. So IBM MQ is a robust messaging middleware that simplifies and accelerates the integration of diverse application and business data across multiple platforms. So this is the simple term of the IBM MQ, which is that universal messaging bone. So which is used to the to simplify and accelerate the integration of diverse applications. I mean, diverse application in the sense it could be any application. There is no like dependency of the application. Or for example, if Java want to talk to the C++, Java is different programming language and C++ is different programming language. Okay, or C language. Both are different. Still, I wanted to communicate each other. If you do not have an IBM MQ, so what I have to do now? I have to prepare an adapter which can understand the Java and C language, right? So preparing an adapter or preparing a parser kind of adapter for between the two applications is a very time consuming process, which is where even that I need to take a resource to prepare that adapter when you are going to communicate one system, one program to another program. Okay, so this is actually development overhead and time consuming process, even the for management also in that the expensive wise, which is very expensive. So in order to the preparing a adapter which is making the so long time, actually it is taking so long time. Here when two applications are communicating is fine. In a real time, in a business system, there are n number of applications they want to communicate each other. Not only the Java to C and C to .NET or C to C++ or Java to .NET or Java to C++, Java to C. There are n number of which application will be depends on that the business they are building and the different business applications. So there are challenges when they are going to communicate one business system to another business system. So integration is very tough. The integration is very difficult task. So then how do you are going to integrate? So without having an adapter preparation. So that is coming in the picture is called MQ. So MQ is a interface which is a common programming interface which simplifies the integration. So integration is very easy. So you need not to depend on any programming language also. It could be any programming language, still we can able to communicate each other. Okay. So this is about the IBM MQ. So instead of communicating over that over that network in the physically connected, so we are going to use an IBM MQ which is logically communicate over the network, and by sending the messages, one business application will talk to the other business application rather than communicating each other. Okay, this is called IBM MQ. So IBM MQ facilitates that assured, secure and reliable exchange of information between applications. So here, so which is facilitating that assurancy in the sense, for example, when I am transferring that amount from one bank to another bank, so one account to another account. Okay, so I am transferring that $1,000 from one account to another account. So that whatever transferring the amount, it should be debited one time, it should be credited only one time. But it has been debited my account, but it was not credited to the respective account holder. The destination was not credited. I mean, the request might be lost. So this kind of scenarios cannot be we cannot ignore this kind of request. So this is very important. I have transferred almost $1,000, which is very, very important. Okay. So here I need to provide the assurance to the customer saying that your request will not be lost anywhere. So IBM MQ is facilitating that assured delivery. Not only for assured delivery, we are providing that once and only once delivery. It means when you transfer the $1,000 or $1 lakh, only it should credit only one time only. It should not be credited multiple times. Okay, if you are transferring that $1,000 means only one time should be debited and only one time should be credited. If 10 times it is debited, 10 times it is credited means it will be lost to the customer, right? Will impact the customer experience. We'll face that customer bad experience. This kind of duplication also cannot be done through the MQ. So MQ can done only that assured delivery. MQ can done only that assurance. Apart from that, once and only once delivery. We are providing that once and only once delivery. This is how we are going to use an MQ to exchange of information between the application. With the secured and assured reliable exchange of information between the application and services and systems and file by sending and receiving message data via messaging queues. Thereby simplifying the creation and maintenance of business application is very easy. This is about the small introduction about the IBM MQ. And it is a universal messaging with a broad set of offerings to meet enterprise-wide messaging needs. Not only for the business application to interact each other. So enterprise business, there are chances, there are requirements to business system to the business system by sending the messages, by triggering the application, by storing and forwarding a request, by communicating to one system to another system using the MQ. There are a broad set of offerings, not only for the store and forward, not only for the triggering, not only for that assured delivery. There are many things which is providing by the MQ by sending the messages. So which is IBM MQ is a universal messaging. So not only one kind of messaging, not only for the SMS, not only for that application to interact. There are n number of messagings can be done through the MQ, which is a universal messaging, a broad set of offerings to meet enterprise-wide messaging needs. So what kind of messagings do we have in an enterprise? So all kind of messaging needs can be fulfilled by the IBM MQ, which is very, very important concept which is providing by the IBM MQ. So rapid seamless connectivity of information, secure reliable messaging delivery, high performance and scalable messaging transfer, and simplified management and control, and lower cost of ownership. Okay, these are the important features which is providing by the IBM MQ. Okay, so this is about the small definition and introduction about the IBM MQ. So IBM MQ is which is the IBM tool which is used for the messaging purpose. So when you are going to use the messaging in the sense, if you want to talk to the one business system to another business system, they need to communicate each other. Instead of communicating each other, we will send a request. The request will talk to the one system to another system. The message will talk to the one business system to another business system. The messaging can be done through the IBM MQ. IBM MQ, which is a message-oriented middleware, which is facilitating that, providing that the messaging system to talk to the one business system to the another business system. Okay, so that's it about the IBM MQ. So that's all from my side. So we will discuss that tomorrow about that next sessions, like what is a message and what is a queuing, how many types of messages, and what is MQMD, and how do you talk to the one business system to another business system through that MQ level, binding mode and client mode, you will see. So that into the next sessions. So do you have any questions or queries, and do you have any feedback? If you want to move further, you can. Yeah.
How come IBM mainframes is too much of cost and same product, similar product, IBM MQ, you are saying low cost?
IBM mainframe is a one kind of system which is like machine. I mean, which is a one kind of super system. MQ is different. MQ which is a one software which is not a physical machine, but IBM mainframe is a one physical machine which is like a hardware kind of machine. So it is very fast. IBM MQ which is using for the messaging purpose. It is not a one kind of system. It is not a machine or it is not a hardware. So even that main MQ also, which is recently introduced, there is appliance which is hardware based messaging system which is introduced by the IBM recently. There is the same kind of data power. Do you remember? Do you know that? Did you heard about the data power? Data power.
Yes. Yeah.
The same as data power, even MQ also they are going to be introduced as appliance, which is a hardware. Okay. So usually hardware systems always will be fast compared to the software, right?
Yes.
So now the messaging, the performance, and the speeding purpose, the accelerating the integration purpose. So there is a new appliance has been introduced as a hardware appliance which is called IBM MQ appliance, which is same as software. What are the software is providing the same kind of features which is providing by the even appliance also, which is different. Mainframe is different, MQ is different, and MQ appliance and MQ both are similar, but which is in IBM MQ which software is available, IBM MQ appliance is available.
Okay, are you going to cover that one also here?
No. Appliance, I do not have an appliance which is hardware system. So that is recently been introduced by the IBM vendor. So we need to buy that appliance. That I am not covering.
Okay.
But internally functionality will be same. The functionality will be same. If you see the data power is appliance. But we will talk to the data power by using that URL, web URL, okay, console, data power console. The same way.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though
in our organization we are actively using IBM WebSphere MQ, but I just want to know in-depth concepts or something like what can be covered more. It's just more of a basic what is Q and Q concepts. But maybe in tomorrow's session I can see some more details.
Yeah, of course you can see that tomorrow you can little bit you can recover the new things actually in that tomorrow session definitely.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.